I don't know. I'm just doing a little survey.
A little survey?
Yeah. You said how many tellers here?
Listen, you're all good to record.
Thank you.
But now we're just trying to see if that's about a lot.
You like it?
I do. I love it.
Okay. How long was the academy?
6 months.
6 months. All right, you good?
Yeah.
All right, man. Have a good day, man. Nice talking to you, man.
Huh. You know, these officers really don't seem all that bad. I don't seem to understand what is even the problem with this entire...
Seems like you don't answer questions.
We don't answer questions.
Oh. Oh, no. You really think, Officer Gilbert, that as a police officer you have rights, same as any other private citizen in the United States? Sure, you totally have rights and don't have any responsibilities instead. Alright, enough of me jesting. I think that gives you a clear indication as to where this interaction's gonna go, but how did we get here in this video? Well, to sum it up in short, New Jersey Audit, a rather brand new auditor to this community, decided to record outside of a bank in Somerville, New Jersey, from a public sidewalk of course. Bank employees had a problem with them doing so, they decided to call the cops, and while one officer did leave for some strange reason, Gilbert decided to wait around for his so-called sergeant, the main perpetrator of the rights violation you're going to see, Pasquale, what, how, is that French? German? I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Now, how much of a tyrant do these cops, especially this so-called sergeant, turn out to be? And what kind of laws or court cases could apply to the situation? Before we talk about all that, let's roll the tape and showcase just how tyrannical this supervisor gets.
I knew you were waiting for backup. This is Sergeant?
This is my sergeant, yes.
Why you call you Sergeant? You big enough to handle me.
No handle it, sir.
You big enough to take care of this. You big enough to take care of this situation, man. You had to call for backup.
Wait over there. You can wait over there.
Y'all want to have
I'm trying to have a private conversation regarding
Okay, but
investigation.
this is a public sidewalk right
You're
here,
right,
though.
but you don't have a right to eavesdrop on us. So we're gonna have a
I
private
got the right to
conversation.
walk past.
No, you don't. Not at this point.
Why don't I?
Because I said so.
All right, well, when
you're
you guys...
interfering with a police investigation
How?
right now.
How?
So I suggest you just stand there.
How am I interfering in your investigation?
Right.
How am I
Don't
interfering?
move.
If I move, you gonna arrest me?
If you come over here, you're getting locked up.
Okay. What's your name and badge number?
Sergeant Pasquale, 6941.
Say no more. If I come over there, I'm gonna get arrested. This tyrant here. Yeah, I know he a tyrant. Can I get your business card?
All right, boss, so it's my understanding
Can I get your
that
business card?
you can when I'm done, okay? But you don't dictate how this goes, okay? So
who dictates how this go? I'm on a public sidewalk doing nothing wrong. Who dictates how this go? I can walk away from you right now.
listen, no, you're not free to go.
I'm detained?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
You're not free to leave.
Thanks, okay.
Okay, we're conducting an investigation on
All right.
suspicious behavior
Investigate it.
in front of a bank.
Okay.
Okay?
Being that I'm being
Can I
detained,
speak?
I'm gonna
Can
shut
I
my
speak?
black. Okay, I'm gonna shut my black ass up.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Do
So-
what you gotta do.
So the bank called us and said that you were asking all kinds of suspicious questions, something that is out of the ordinary, okay? This isn't an everyday thing where somebody stands outside the bank. You're well within your right to record whatever you want from out here, okay? But that's not all you were doing. You were asking suspicious questions about the internal side of the bank, and, you know, with bank robberies and stuff like that, they got a little scared, okay? And rightfully so, okay?
They
So,
was asking me suspicious questions too.
What's that?
They asked me suspicious questions too. I didn't call the police though.
Okay, well they did because they're a financial institution, okay? And they
Well,
were
you
worried
should be
that
talking
maybe
to
something
them.
wasn't right.
You should be talking to them.
Okay. So you're well within your right to record out here, okay? But the issue is that the questions that you were asking them, they got alarmed, okay? And I think any normal person with the questions that you were asking them would say, yeah, that sounds like a little suspicious.
If I'm standing on a public sidewalk, they came out, asked me questions that was none of their business, so I asked them questions that was none of my business.
Okay.
So that's fair, right?
You can ask them whatever you want.
And they can ask me whatever
And
they
can ask
want.
you whatever you
Yeah,
want,
that's
but
fair.
based off of what you said. If you just stood out here and did nothing, If you just stood out here and recorded,
I was out here
Oh,
just doing
good.
nothing. They came out here speaking to me.
that's because
I
they
didn't
saw
go
what
in
you
there
did.
speaking to them.
But then you said to them that you work for a survey company. Is that accurate?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, well, you don't have to, but that just adds to the validity of your suspicious behavior.
Am I still
Because
being
you
detained?
told them that you worked for a survey company. You have no identification on you saying that you work for a survey company. Did you drive here?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, so I don't see any vehicle anywhere in the vicinity that indicates that you may have driven here with a decal or anything like that on the car. All right, so everything we've said so far isn't adding up to making sense. So all we're asking is that we know who you are. So at this point in time, you have a legal right to identify who you are, okay? And if you don't, I'm telling you up front, you will be arrested.
Okay, well,
you're recording.
put the
I'm
hand-
recording you. He's recording.
Why do
you,
I gotta?
That's recording.
And
you.
why do I gotta?
Because of your suspicious behavior, and that gives us the
Suspicious?
right.
Is that a misdemeanor or a felony?
It's a DP. It's a disorderly persons offense.
Disorderly.
You tell us who you are.
You
Listen to
can't
me.
turn. Listen, I'm doing a constitutional protected
I don't care
activity.
what you think you know,
can't turn this
okay?
into a
Because you don't
crime.
know
You
the
can't
law,
turn this
clearly.
into a crime.
You clearly don't know the law.
You clearly don't know it either. If you
So
want to
you're
arrest me,
talking
arrest
straight
me.
up.
I'm not gonna resist.
No.
I'm not gonna resist.
I don't want you to resist.
Well,
but
do
I'm
what
being
you-
upfront with you.
well, do what
If
you
don't
gotta
tell
do.
us who you are.
I'm not telling you
You're
who I
getting
am.
arrested.
I'm not telling you who I am. So arrest me
Get
now.
back.
There you go, right there. There you go. Yeah, you dropped my Bible.
I'm gonna put your hand behind your back.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. Do not turn my camera on.
Oh boy. This one has so many court cases named all over it. I'm talking things like Houston v. Hill, Brown v. Texas, Fordyce v. Seattle, ACLU v. Alvarez, etc., etc. In particular, ACLU v. Alvarez, Houston v. Hill, and Fordyce v. Seattle can all apply to this so-called sergeant threatening this man with arrest just because he dared to get anywhere near them while they were talking on a public sidewalk. And of course you can't forget about how Brown v. Texas forbids cops from getting people's identifications unless they have reasonable articulable suspicion of any crime being committed. But exactly what crime was it that prompted these cops to try and get this man's ID in the first place? Simple. Being suspicious. But wait a second, ROR, you might be saying. Being suspicious is neither a misdemeanor nor a felony, and you would be correct. But according to this so-called sergeant with a very strange name, being suspicious is a disorderly person's offense in New Jersey. Oh boy, where do I even begin with that one? AI Overview says that being suspicious is not considered a disorderly person's offenses and has a bunch of sources to pull it up, but obviously I don't use AI to get my facts. So let's just pretend for a moment that being suspicious is considered a disorderly person's offense in the state of New Jersey. Here's what I looked up from law.justia.com. Under New Jersey Revised Statute 2C1-4. Under subsection B1, it states the following. Disorderly persons offenses and petty disorderly persons offenses are petty offenses and are not crimes within the meaning of the Constitution of this state. Which means that even if this man being suspicious was considered a disorderly person's offense, he still committed no crime. Assuming New Jersey Audit had any charges put on his head, I really hope he gets them dropped, and more importantly, gets a lawyer on his hands to sue this department, especially this so-called sergeant with a very weird last name. Until anything happens, however, you know we're going to leave contact information down below to this police department for all of you to hold accountable. Respectfully, of course, but let them hear our roar. Just like what the acronym of our channel says. More importantly, make sure to stay tuned for any updates on New Jersey Audit's channel by subscribing to him and letting him know that recognizing our rights said hello. Take a look at our link to Attorney Shield in the description, the pinned comment, or this QR code on screen, and make sure to use our promo code of ROR1776 to get started with your first purchase 10% off. With that being said, we the people, thank you for watching. Have a very Merry Christmas, and never stop loving the good old Constitution.